how are you going to buy the house before auction right now? So your step one is you're going to get the list, right? So you get a list. You can go to the county and get some of that and try to go to a bunch of different sources and get it. You can buy the list from us, and our list has the size of the house, the values, things like that, owner names, everything, where it's a finely tuned thing where you can filter the types of houses that you want to get. So second is filter. So on those ones of these people that you're going to be able to try to make a deal with ahead of time, if there's an opening bid that's already too high, you have to think that's going to be the amount that the lender is going to be willing to take if you can buy the house before auction. That's going to be really close to the debt that's owed. So if you realize you need to buy the house for $300 and the opening bid is $400, then that would be one that you would take off your list. You're not going to go after it right now. The other thing you want to do to filter that list is on our Roddy's list, you can go through and choose houses with equity. So you only want to be reaching out to people before auction that actually have equity. So that means if the house is worth $100,000, you want to find somebody that only owes $70,000 or $80,000 on their loan. The ideal situation is now you can buy it from them for a discount, but still more than what they owe. It's the ultimate win-win. They get some extra cash in their pocket, and you're going to have that opportunity to be able to flip it or rent it or things like that. So first you get your list. Second, you filter it. Third, you do outreach, right? One way of outreach is just go knock on the door. And say, right now you can wear a mask if you're going to go knock on the door. You can take a few steps back. I think people are a little bit more nervous than they ever were before. But knock on that door and you say, "Hi, I'm Aaron. I saw this house was scheduled for auction. It might be postponed right now. Would you like to talk about your house?" Now, the part that's really unique right now is most of these houses are getting postponed automatically, for another few months. So whereas before we used to have to tell them, "Hey, if they answer that door, I've got 2 weeks to buy your house from you. Let's work this out." Now you could actually work out deals where you have more time on that. So you're going to do a door knock. You're going to call. You're going to door knock and say, "Hey, I'm here. Let's talk about your house." And sometimes people are going to shoot you away, and other times you're going to get to have a good conversation. The second one is door hangers. You can just leave door hangers on the door, right? I got my dog scratching on the door to come in right now. I'm gonna let my dog in. This only happens in the quarantine world, right? All right, no more dog interruption, I hope. But really, I've got 2 dogs and kids, and the fact that a kid hasn't interrupted us yet, we're pretty lucky. We leave door hangers on the door, and that can say whatever your business is and what your niche is. "Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm trying to buy houses that are scheduled for foreclosure before auction because I want the owner to get some money in their pocket, and I want to be able to use it as an investment later." Or, "Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm trying to buy a house before auction at a discount, but so the owner gets some money, and I like renting back to the people that live there." Whatever your plan is, you can be as quick and as honest as you can and say, "This is my plan. This is what I would like to do with your house. Call me if you're interested." Some extra things I would add to those door hangers right now is I would say, "Hey, right now more than ever, you've got more time than ever before. So even though you're scheduled for foreclosure, a lot of people, they only have 2 weeks. They can't make a deal. We've got time. Let's make a deal. Let's make sure you walk away with some cash before this." Option 3 is sending out a postcard. You send a postcard to somebody and you say, "Hey, you're scheduled for foreclosure, and I'd like to buy your house." Now, in the past, postcards weren't getting there quick enough before the auction would happen. But right now, it's a great method, especially if you look at the ones that are already scheduled for July and August and September. If you're subscribing to one of our areas that have the list that quick, you could send postcards out right now and start making that deal, because the house scheduled in July might not actually go to sale till actually like August or September now. More time you ever had. You can find the person on social media. When you have their name, you can try to plug in their name and that city and see if you can find them. And you message them, "Hey, are you the owner of this house? It's scheduled for foreclosure. I'd like to buy that house." The 5 is phone. You can order phone numbers on PropHawk and be able to reach out to people that way. You can Google and try to find phone numbers. There's all sorts of different ways. But if you are trying to find phone numbers, reach out to our team. Go to our chat, ask our chat, "Hey, I'm trying to reach out phone numbers. Can you walk me through that process on PropHawk?" And there's also like mailing out letters. So I think really quick, I'll try to show you guys inside PropHawk. So if you're a member at FLS Online, then you are also automatically a member of PropHawk. And in there, you can go in and you can grab your Roddy list. So you go to prophawk.com. It's our portfolio builder. If you're managing properties you own, you can upload them in here. There's a mobile app with that. You can take pictures of your properties, all sorts of things. Go to Acquisition Roddy FLS Auctions. You can choose a month, choose June, choose a county, Bell County, and here are your properties. This is a whole nother way to be able to export your list. So you can get it on our normal website at FLS Online. it's also here. Once it's in here, you could actually say, hey, I want to send mailers. This pops up, all right, we could send letters or postcards for you. Postcards, 60 cents each. You want us to send them. Go through that order. You buy the postcards. Jack on our team, he'll reach out to you. We'll custom do that postcard and send it out on your behalf. So we've got ways to do postcards and letters and everything right now. There's also ways in there to get phone numbers, get email contacts. We've got some videos in our system on how to do that. All right. Oh, the other thing that we have inside PropHawk is we've got this CRM that you can go through and track your leads. Once you start actually making phone calls, you can bring them into here. Hey, here's a house that I'm trying to make a deal on. You can call them, negotiate them. If they tell you, hey, let's talk, I'm interested in selling my house, you move them over to hot lead. If you talk to them, they say, hey, I already sold my house, you move that to a dead deal. If you bought the house, you move to closed deal. So it's just a simple CRM that helps you track. You start with your outbound leads and move to the right. Once you've called this guy, you move him to communication. Hey, we're talking. Once he says, yeah, I'm interested, you move him to hot lead. Once you write an offer, you move him over there. This is just a free way for you to keep track of people. And it ties in nicely with some of our different auction services that we have inside here. All right, and then you want to make the offer. You make the offer between the amount they owe and how much the house is worth. A couple of different things. You could offer to list the house for sale. Again, pre-COVID and forbearance, we didn't have enough time. Right now, if you're an agent, you do have enough time. Reach out. In most of the cases, there's still going to be the few that go to sale, but more than ever, agents have an opportunity to say, hey, your house is worth a lot more money than you owe on it. Let me list it for sale right now. I'll be able to sell it, and we'll sell it before you go to foreclosure, and you're going to get the most money. That's how they're going to make the most money, is if they actually list it for sale. The way they're going to make the second most money is if you just offer to buy that house in cash. Now, this could be you're somebody that also buys at auction, but you want to get it ahead of time because there's less auctions. You're going to buy the house in cash ahead of time. 3 is to offer to buy like using seller financing. So the example with that is the seller could be, their loan could be $80,000, their house is worth $100,000, and they owe $5,000 in back payments. You could make them a deal to say, hey, I'm going to pay you $5,000, and I'm going to pay your $5,000 in back payments, and then I'm just going to make your monthly payments for the next 6 months while you're going to have to move out. I'm going to flip this house. So that's a way that why before auction you can actually invest with less money, because there's ways to actually buy the house, do negotiations that way. You can offer to buy it and get traditional financing. Whereas in the past, you might not have enough, but if you're approved for a conventional loan, you could tell somebody, hey, I'll buy your house for $80,000. You go get a loan. You've got a few weeks to do a normal escrow to be able to get that. And there's a lot of other ways that you can do that strategy. There's deed in lieu deals. There's like the seller financing. There's a lot of creative stuff. There's seller leasebacks. And so there will be different things that we're going to talk about during the summit about some of those creative ways that you can make deals happen, but just keep that in mind. We sell a lot of other list types for this strategy. We sell bankruptcy leads, we sell vacant house leads, we sell likely to sell lists. If you're a member of padhawk.com, it's PADHAWK. That's $99 a month. You can get all sorts of leads that match up with this. Again, foreclosures is our flagship product because we are the only people that have the whole list of foreclosures in Texas. Absolutely the only ones. So you can go to our site. If you're curious about, if you're going to try to buy houses before auction and you want to know what other services to look at, just go to the chat. And Jack or Paul or Curtis can get on there and tell you about the sheriff leads, the post-bankruptcy list, vacant house, all that other stuff, the probate leads, that sort of thing.